Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today, day 122 of the 365-day trivia road trip. This is a year full of 21-question random knowledge trivia quizzes. They get posted every single day. Each one has 20 questions up front, and then make sure you stick around for the question 21 tiebreaker, which is at the very end of the video. Thank you for watching, and good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. The third object with this name contained faulty components that prevented it from mapping the Van Allen belt. A dog named Leica became the first animal in space aboard the second of these objects, and in 1957 the first of these objects of what name kicked off the space race? The answer is Sputnik. Question number 2. The song "In the Hall of the Mountain King" is set in the home of one of these mythical Scandinavian creatures. What are these humanoid creatures who often have tails and may turn to stone in the sunlight? The answer is trolls. Question number 3. This baseball player has been called the father of modern base stealing, and he joined the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. Jackie Robinson famously wore what number on his jersey, the only number to be retired across all of Major League Baseball? That number was number 42. Question number 4. The final section of this book describes a kingdom of darkness, and its first part describes the state of nature as a war of all against all. A ruler with absolute power should engage in a social contract with the citizens according to what book by Thomas Hobbes, named for a biblical sea monster? This Thomas Hobbes book is called Leviathan. Question number 5. Some of the members of this group died crossing the Sierra Nevada after they used the Hastings Cutoff to leave the Oregon Trail. What is the name of this infamous party that resorted to cannibalism while snowed in their namesake pass? This party you did not want to go to was the Donner Party. Question number 6. Operation Rolling Thunder occurred during this war. The U.S. used Agent Orange to eliminate jungle cover during this conflict. Lyndon Johnson sent troops into this war after the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. What was this war that effectively ended with the fall of Saigon? The answer is the Vietnam War. Question number 7. This group finished third in the British version of the X Factor in 2010. What is the name of this band who then got considerably more famous than any other contestant with world tours like Up All Night and Take Me Home? The answer is One Direction. Question number 8. Irregularly shaped pearl was the meaning of what period of art characterized by excessive ornateness, whose most famous artists were Gian Lorenzo Bernini and Caravaggio? What period of art has a name that means irregularly shaped pearl? The answer is Baroque. Question number 9. This U.S. state has been the center of many racial issues throughout American history. The anti-slavery Jayhawkers from which state often fought against the pro-slavery border ruffians led by William Quantrill from Missouri? The Jayhawkers were from Kansas. Question number 10. What is the two-word phrase for someone who refuses to participate in military service due to a religious or ethical objection to war, sometimes abbreviated simply CO? The term we're looking for is a conscientious objector. Question number 11. This man lends his name to a unit used to measure magnetic fields. He also made a namesake coil that creates electricity. What Croatian-born scientist's use of AC power led to a war of currents with Thomas Edison? That man was Nikola Tesla. Question number 12. Organisms that use this process consume carbon dioxide and release oxygen. This process takes place in chloroplasts, many of which are found in leaves. In what process do plants use sunlight to make energy? That is the process of photosynthesis. Question 13. In the Bible, much of the book of Acts concerns the travels of this apostle from Tarsus. This man changed his name after a spiritual encounter on the way to Damascus inspired him to convert. What are either of his names? You can give me the first name or the name he changed it to. He only changed the first letter. It's either Paul or Saul. Question 14. Honey Lemon helps the main character defeat Professor Callahan in this 2014 Disney animated film. What is the title of this film which sees the main character dealing with the death of his brother Tadashi? The answer is Big Hero 6. Question 15. During the 7 Years' War, this country allied with several Native American tribes to fight against Britain. During the American Revolution, which country sent the Marquis de Lafayette and Comte de Rochambeau to the U.S.? Those names probably give it away. The answer we're looking for is France. Question 16. In this movie, the king of Halloween Town stumbles on a portal to a new holiday which he comes to enjoy. What is the title of this 1993 stop-motion Disney film that was directed by Henry Selick and features Jack Skellington and Santa Claus? The answer is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Question 17. Although now it's more commonly used to describe George R.R. Martin's imaginary Game of Thrones world, Iceland is also often described with the phrase, the land of what, because of its many volcanoes and glaciers. The answer is the land of ice and fire. Question number 18. In parts of India and sub-Saharan Africa, this insecticide is no longer used to control malaria because 25% of the mosquito population is resistant to it. What is this insecticide whose 1972 ban in the US was prompted by its destructive impact on wildlife? If you guessed dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane, you would be correct, or just DDT. Question 19. Featuring exciting attractions like the Centennial Ferris Wheel, the Chicago Shakespeare Theater, and the Chicago Children's Museum, what is the name of this 3,300-foot-long Chicago, Illinois attraction that sits on the shoreline of Lake Michigan? That is called the Navy Pier. Alright, and question 20. Marsh wiggles are native to this country. The River Shribble marks this country's northern border. A former cab driver named Frank was the first king of this country, later led by the Pevensie siblings. What is this country that can be reached through a magic piece of furniture? The answer is Narnia. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. Make sure you check back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day number 123 of the 365-day trivia road trip. I think tomorrow is also my last full day on the cruise ship. If you're watching this during the premiere, I'm on the cruise ship. We're somewhere in the Caribbean, but I know it's getting close to time where it's wrapping up. I've got one night stay in Miami after the cruise, and then I'll be home this weekend to get back to the regularly scheduled trivia quizzes. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Follow along. We do daily quizzes every day. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker for today. Super Bowl XIV was played in 1979 and was won by the Pittsburgh Steelers. What number Super Bowl is Super Bowl XIV? XIV is the Roman numeral for number 14, Super Bowl 14. Whichever player got closest to that wins the point. If it was a tiebreaker, they win the game. Congratulations, and I'll see you tomorrow.